Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our next question. That is a long day's journey into night. Storyline along with critical appraisal of the drama itself. अजीज़ तलबा और तालिबात, जैसे कि हमने इस ड्रामा के पहले सवाल में देखा कि मुसन्निफ़ की ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल जो टच है इस ड्रामे के अंदर, वो हमें फोर्स करती है कि हम उसकी बायोग्राफ़ी को जानें। तो उसकी बायोग्राफ़ी को नज़र में रखते हुए तमाम सवालों पर हम इससे मुतल्लिक़ जो सवालात हैं उनको नज़र में रखेंगे। इम्तहानी नुक्ता नज़र से बेटे ये दो सवाल ही मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट हैं, जिनके अंदर से बाकी मानदा आप सवालों को टैकल कर सकेंगे। एक इसका ये सवाल जिसे हम क्रिटिकल अप्रेजल कहते हैं, इसके अंदर ही थीम्स का भी जिक्र होगा और बहुत कुछ आएगा। और फिर इसमें जो हमारी आखिरी डिस्कशन होगी इस ड्रामा पर, वो होगी इसके ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल एलिमेंट्स पर। तो आइए इसकी कहानी को जानते हैं और इसके क्रिटिकल नकात जिनसे हमें इम्तहान में डील करना है उन पर बात करते हैं। Dear students, the story of this play, Long Day's Journey into Night, has been set in the summer home of the Tyrone family. The story revolves around a very short span of their life. Only a day and a night has been presented here for our reading. But the drama covers the whole of their lives in one day. August 1912, the time of the story. This is the house of the Tyrone family. The action begins in the morning just after breakfast, and the action takes place in shape of conversation, the dialogues. And there is no outward action at all. You just hear about the outside action through the conversation of these characters presented in the play. We will be introduced to them by and by. The action begins in the morning when the breakfast is ready and the family is sitting for the breakfast. Then there ensues a conversation amongst them. We learn as the first act unravels that Mary has returned to her family recently after receiving treatment in the sanatorium for morphine addiction. She is the mother. The father, Tyrone's wife. Two main characters, Tyrone the father and Mary, his wife. And she has returned from a sanatorium recently after being treated for some kind of addiction, that is a morphine addiction. Why she went there will be revealed later on. Edmund, meanwhile, has in recent weeks begun to cough very violently. The son is suffering from some kind of a disease, and we learn later on in the play that as Tyrone and Jamie suspect, he has tuberculosis. Tyrone the father and Jamie the son suspect that Edmund is suffering from tuberculosis, the TB. He is also sick. Now we know the family. There is the father, the mother, and two sons. Four of them will make up the storyline of this play. That is a conversational type of play we are going to study. चार किरदार, बाप, माँ, दो बेटे, एडमंड और जैमी दोनों बेटे, और टायरन और मैरी, father and mother. Throughout the course of the play, we slowly find out that Mary is still addicted to morphine, and she hides this addiction from the family, much to the disappointment of her family members. तो अभी भी वो एडिक्ट है, और ये देखें हिंट कहाँ जा रहा है, ये साथ साथ ये ओनेल की अपनी माँ की वो जो मॉर्फिन एडिक्शन थी उसकी तरफ। The gradual revelation of these two medical disasters, sickness, addictions, make up most of the plays plot. ये जो रेवलेशन है धीरे धीरे जो होती है कि इनकी फैमिली जो है वो सिक है, एडिक्ट है। ये दो चीज़ें, एडिक्शन और इलनेस, सिकनेस, ये दो जो हैं वो इनकी फैमिली को डिज़ास्टरस सिचुएशन से दो चार करते हैं। इन बिटवीन दीज डिस्कवरीज, however, the family constantly revisits old fights and opens old wounds left by the past. एक ये इनके दरमियान होने वाली छोटी छोटी जो सर्कमस्टेंसेस थी, जो आपस के लड़ाई झगड़े थे, दे आर नॉट एट गुड टर्म्स विद ईच अदर एंड वन अनदर। तो माजी के जो ज़ख्म है वो ताज़ा हो रहे हैं बातें करते करते, नमक छिड़क रहे हैं एक दूसरे के ज़ख्मों पर, विच द फैमिली मेम्बर्स आर नेवर एबल टू फॉरगेट। ये इन्होंने कभी रिकनसाइल करने की आपस में कोशिश नहीं की। दे हैव गॉट गैप्स, lack of communication. Tyrone, for example, is constantly blamed for his own stinginess, which may have led to Mary's morphine addiction when he refused to pay for a good doctor to treat the pain caused by childbirth. बहुत साल पहले, अब बच्चे बड़े हो गए हैं, बहुत साल पहले बच्चे की पैदाइश के दौरान उसे दर्द हुआ चाइल्ड बर्थ में, तो वो अच्छे डॉक्टर के पास जाने की बजाय उसे नशे के इंजेक्शन देता रहा एज ए हस्बैंड, टायरोन जो था। तो उसकी अपनी वो कंजूस तबीयत और अपनी बेवकूफ़ी और उसकी ये गलती जो थी एक ज़िंदगी को तबाह कर गई, उसकी बीवी की ज़िंदगी को, उसे ड्रग एडिक्ट बना दिया। तो खामी, ये रिलेशनशिप की कमज़ोरी, एक दूसरे की को अंडरस्टैंड करने में कमज़ोरी। Mary, the mother of the family, on the other hand, is never able to let go of the past or admit to the painful truth of the present. The truth that she is addicted to morphine and her youngest son has tuberculosis, is sick. As a mother, she has not been performing her motherly role in the family. They all argue over Jamie and Edmund's failure to become successes in the outer world, as their father had always hoped they would become. तो ये फेलियर्स हैं, दोनों नौजवान जो हैं वो ज़िंदगी में कामयाब नहीं हो सके, बीमारी, शराब नोशी और अल्कोहलिज्म में गिरे हुए। As the day wears on, the men drink more and more until they are on the verge of passing out in Act 4. जैसे जैसे दिन गुजरता है और उनकी कन्वर्सेशन जारी रहती है मुख्तलिफ मौके पर, ब्रेकफास्ट से शुरू होकर, तो ये मुसलसल जो है वो अल्कोहलिज्म का शिकार रहते हैं और गोया ये एक तरह से शराब के नशे में जो है माजी की तलखियों को भुलाने की कोशिश में लगे हुए हैं, हत्ता कि ये बिल्कुल बेहोशी की हद तक चले जाते हैं, इतनी शराब पीते हैं शाम तक। Dear students, most of the plot of the play is repetitious, just as the cycle of an alcoholic is repetitious. तो मुसन्निफ बार बार वही बातें दोहराता है, रेपिटिशन है ऑफ इवेंट्स, ऑफ कन्वर्सेशंस, ऑफ टॉक, ऑफ डायलॉग। जैसे कि अल्कोहल में, ऐसे ही बार बार हम बार बार शराब पीते चले जाते हैं अल्कोहलिज्म में। The above arguments occur numerous times throughout the 4 acts and 5 scenes. ये बार बार जो है यही आर्गूमेंट्स जो है वो दोहराए जा रहे हैं, स्ट्रेस किए जा रहे हैं। माजी की गलतियों से सीखने की बजाय they are sticking to the defects and faults of the past. All acts are set in the living room and all scenes but the last occur early, either just before or just after a meal. ये भी अहम है। Act 2, Scene 1 is set before lunch, Scene 2 after lunch, and Act 3 before dinner. Each act focuses on interplay between two specific characters. Act 1 features Mary and Tyrone. Act 2, Tyrone and Jamie and Edmund and Mary. Act 3, Mary and Jamie. Act 4, Tyrone and Edmund and Jamie. This specification to certain characters of certain acts in the drama is also significant. They hold apart. बेटे ये भी एक अहम बात है कि ये इकट्ठे चुके एक जगह बैठने की भी इनमें वो नहीं है एज फैमिली मेम्बर्स कि वो एक दूसरे को फेस भी नहीं करना चाहते हैं, तो बैठते भी हैं जहाँ तो एक दूसरे में कीड़े निकालते हैं। ये असल में घरेलू झगड़े पर मबनी एक प्ले कहा जा सकता है। The repetitious plot also helps develop the notion that this day is not remarkable in many ways. Instead, it is one in a long string of similar days for the Tyrone family, filled with bitterness, fighting, and underlying love, however. बेटे ये फैमिली जो है इल्ज़ाम तराशियाँ जिसे आप अपनी ज़बान में कहते हैं, एक दूसरे को ब्लेम गेम में डायलॉग गुफ्तगू, ये इनके यहाँ जो है वो फाइट्स छोटी मोटी होती चली जाती हैं, एक दूसरे को ब्लेम करते हैं। लड़के जो हैं ये अपने वालिदैन को ब्लेम करते हैं फॉर देयर फेलियर ऑफ लाइफ। वालिदैन जो हैं वो लड़कों को ब्लेम करते हैं कि इन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया, अपने लिए कोई रास्ता कार्व आउट नहीं किया। फादर जो है वो मदर को ब्लेम करता नज़र आता है, माँ जो है वो फादर को ब्लेम करती हुई नज़र आती है। नोबडी इज़ केयरिंग अबाउट द अदर members of the family. Everyone is hiding his own self to selfishness. हर कोई सेल्फ सेंटर्ड है, खुलकर फ्रैंकली एक दूसरे से जो तल्लुकात का इजहार है वो नहीं करते, लेकिन अंदर ही अंदर जो है वो एक दूसरे के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। देयर इज़ ए बॉन्ड एंड दैट बॉन्ड इज़ द बॉन्ड ऑफ लव दैट कीप्स देम कनेक्टेड। एक कनेक्शन तो है ना एज फैमिली, वो खून का रिश्ता तो कहीं नहीं गया है। लॉन्ग डेज जर्नी इनटू नाइट इज़ अनडाउटेडली ए ट्रेजेडी। कोई इसमें शक नहीं है कि मुसन्नफ़ ने इसको एक ट्रेजेडी के तौर पर पेश किया है, अगरचे इट इज़ नॉट अ क्लासिकल ट्रेजेडी। ये मॉडर्न मैन्स ट्रेजेडी है, बिल्कुल वो विल्ली लो मैन वाली। यहाँ भी एक फादर जो है वो नाकाम है, और अगर आप देखें तो वही शेडोज़ जो हैं वो फेलियर ऑफ अमेरिकन ड्रीम के वो आपको यहाँ भी दिखाई देते हैं, बट इन अ डिफरेंट वे। हेयर अल्कोहलिज्म, सिकनेस, frustration, depression of the family are on the forefront. It leaves the audience and readers with a sense of catharsis or emotional rebirth through the reviewing of the powerful events, and it depicts the fall of something that was once great. The play focuses on the Tyrone family, whose once close family has deteriorated over the years. Underline करें ये, कभी ये ख़ानदान आपस में जुड़ा हुआ था, अब डिट्रायोरेट हो गया है, बिखर कर रह गया है फॉर ए नंबर ऑफ रीजंस। बहुत सी वजूहात हैं इसमें जो सामने हमें दिखाई देती हैं कहानी में। मैरीज ड्रग एडिक्शन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, देन टायरॉन, जेमी एंड एडमंड्स अल्कोहलिज्म, एंड टायरॉन्स हिमसेल्फ स्टिंजीनेस, द बॉयज लैक्स एटीट्यूड टूवर्ड्स वर्क एंड मनी, and a variety of other factors which do contribute to the final frustration and destruction of family. As the play is set, the parents are aging, and while they always hoped that their sons would achieve great things in life, that their hope is beginning to be replaced by a resigned despair and desperation on the part of their failing sons. This is the generation gap depicted in some way to a great extent by the writer, depicting his own family failure in shape of this family failure presented here in this drama. Dear students, the play is largely autobiographical, no doubt in it. It resembles O'Neill's life in many aspects. O'Neill himself appears in the play in the character of Edmund if you just perceive the qualities he aspires. The younger son who, like O'Neill, suffers from consumption tuberculosis TB. Indeed, some of the parallels between this play and O'Neill's life are very striking. and obvious, surely. Like Tyrone, O'Neill's father was an Irish Catholic, an alcoholic man, and a Broadway actor. Like Mary, O'Neill's mother was also a morphine addict. Main resemblances, you may say. And she became so around the time O'Neill was born. Like Jamie, O'Neill's older brother didn't take life seriously, choosing to live a life of force, alcoholism, and the fast paced, reckless life of Broadway. Finally, O'Neill had an older brother named Edmund who died in infancy. In this play, Edmund has an older brother named Eugene who died in infancy as well. तो बेटे ये कुछ रिजेम्बलेंसेस जो हैं इन बिटवीन द लाइफ ऑफ द राइटर and the life presented in the drama of the Tyrone family are the same. The points, the major points, or the major strings of the drama resemble greatly to the life of the writer himself. Dear students, the play itself, published posthumously, represents O'Neill's last words and last efforts through the literary world. It is important to note that his play is not condemning in nature. No one character is meant to be viewed as particularly worse than any other. This is one of the play's great strengths. It is fair and unbiased, and it shows that many character flaws can be seen as positives when viewed in a different light or a different perspective. Thus, Long Day's Journey into Night invests heavily in the politics of language. It is a world in which there is a large weight placed on the weakness of stinginess versus the virtue of prudence. उसकी जो बेअकली है उसको प्रूडेंस के साथ कंपेयर किया गया है. वो बाप की स्टिंजीनेस जो है वो उसको ये प्रूडेंस के साथ कि अगर वो थोड़ा अक्लमंदी का मुजाहरा करता, विजडम शो करता, तो अपनी फैमिली को यकीनन इस डिज़ास्ट्रस बहरान से निकाल सकता था. बट ही कुड नॉट. ही remained inactive, caught in the whirlpool of his own inner strangeness, that is, the stinginess found in him as a person. He is an inactive, passive kind of father who has done nothing actively good for the good of his family on the whole. Then the play also creates a world where we find that communication has broken down in the family. This is the generation gap. There is a lack of trust, lack of confidence among them. One of the great conflicts in the play is the characters' uncanny inability to communicate despite their constant fighting. लड़ते तो ज़रूर हैं आपस में, ब्लेम गेम भी करते हैं, लेकिन पूरी तरह अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. कम्युनिकेशन वो नहीं है जो कम्युनिकेशन होना चाहिए. फॉर इंस्टेंस, द मैन ऑफ्टन फाइट अमंग्स देमसेल्व्स ओवर मैरीज एडिक्शन, blaming each other. The sons blame the father, father blames the sons, but no one is willing to confront her directly. उसके सामने बैठ के उसको रिहेबिलिटेट करने के लिए एज फैमिली मेम्बर्स तैयार नहीं है. अगर उसको खुद ये साइकोलॉजिकली उसको इनकरेज करते तो शायद शी शुड हैव gone out of that addiction. Instead, they allow her to lie to herself about her own addiction and about Edmund's illness. Edmund and Jamie do not communicate well until the last act, when Jamie finally confesses his own jealousy of his brother and desire to see him fail. Tyrone, likewise, can only criticize his sons, but his stubborn nature will not allow him to accept criticism. All the characters have bones to pick, but they have trouble doing so in a constructive fashion. ये एक दूसरे में खामियां तो ढूंढते हैं. दे फाइंड फॉल्ट विद अदर्स एज members of the same family, but they are not ready to make any effort to redeem and resolve these matters amongst them. बेटे आपस में बैठकर गुफ्तगू से मसाइल को हल होना चाहिए। गुफ्तगू इनके यहाँ जो हो रही है वो कन्फ्रंटेशन को ही हवा देती है। इट इज़ नॉट कंड्यूसिव टू रिहेबिलिटेशन, रिवाइवल ऑफ गुड रिलेशनशिप्स, रादर दिस कन्वर्सेशन लीड्स टू डिस्ट्रक्शन, लीड्स टू फ्रस्ट्रेशन, डिप्रेशन। ये ज़ाहरी मसाइल का शिकार हैं यकीनन, ड्रग एडिक्शन, सिकनेस, फेलियर इन लाइफ, फेसिंग डिप्रेशन। लेकिन इन मसाइल को ये चार लोग हैं, और चार तो एक ही बंदा जब अगर डिटर्मन हो जाए तो मसाइल पर काबू पा सकता है। तो ये चार लोग मिलकर अपनी फैमिली को, दे आर नॉट एबल टू just steer their family out of these troubles, as they are sticking to their inner fears, inner frustrations, but are not ready to communicate the true nature of their personalities to other members of their home. They are living as a family but they have not created a home at all. ये इनकी बदकिस्मती है। एक जगह रह तो रहे हैं इंसानों की तरह, but they are just human beings living poles apart from one another and each other. Dear students, most of the bones that need picking emerge in the past, which is remarkably alive for the tyrants. Mary in particular can't forget the past and all the dreams she once had of being a nun or a pianist. Tyron too has always had high hopes for Jamie, who has been a continual disappointment for him as a father. All the conflicts and the problems from the past cannot be forgotten, and this is the nostalgia that haunts them all the time. And in fact, they seem doomed to be relived day after day. Their past haunts them, lives with them forever. It is important to note that Long Day's journey into night is not only a journey forward in time, but also a journey back into the past lives of all the characters who continually dip back into their old lifestyles. We are left as an audience realizing that the family is not making progress towards betterment, improvement, but rather they are going deep into the well of their past reminiscences, but rather continually sliding into despair of the past as they remain bound to a past that they can't forget and are not ready to forgive each other for the mistakes. पूरी फैमिली जो है बेटे गलतियों से भरी हुई है, और जब हम इकट्ठे एक जगह ज़िंदा हों तो हमें एक दूसरे की गलतियों को ना सिर्फ भूल जाना चाहिए बल्कि फॉरगिव भी करना चाहिए. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली दे आर वेरी वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट in holding on to their viewpoints of the past, holding on to the grudges of the past, you may quote the word. अगर आप ये कह लें कि एक दूसरे के ख़िलाफ़ ये कन्फ्लिक्ट की बजाय ग्रज रखते हैं तो उसका इजहार नहीं करते हैं उनको. When you speak your heart. You should speak your heart out. And this is called greatness on your part. You commit mistakes, but you are forgiven by your members of the family, and this makes a happy family. But unfortunately, they are not forgetting and forgiving each other. They are sticking to the mistakes and errors committed by different characters in the past, and that is what they are ignoring their present and future. They are living in the past and ignoring, just depleting the opportunities they have got in the present and future lives. And this is called a negative progress to downward progress, not an upward progress to improve their lives, to make their lives better than the past. Then it is very obvious that the play is all the more gloomy, tragic, and bleak because it leaves very little hope for the future. Indeed, the future for the tyrants can only be seen as one long cycle of a repeated past bound in by alcoholism and morphinism. The play was awarded the Pulitzer Prize when it was first published, and it has remained one of the most admired plays of the 20th century ever since. Perhaps most importantly, it has achieved commercial success because nearly every family can see itself reflected in this, at least some parts of the play. The Tyrone family is not a unique family at all, and it is easy to identify with many of the conflicts and characters as modern human beings. The play has a unique appeal to both the individual audience member and to scholars of American drama, which explains its popularity and enduring acclaim throughout the years of the present age. Dear students, A Long Day's Journey and Tonight, a drama in four acts by Eugene O'Neill, written in about 1939 to 1941 42, and produced and published posthumously after his death in 1956 or 57. The play, which is considered an American masterpiece of its own kind, was awarded a Pulitzer Prize in 1957, right after its publication. O'Neill's autobiographical play, that is sure, is a shattering depiction of a day in the dreary life of a couple and their two sons. James Tyrone, a semi retired actor, is vain, self obsessed and miserly. देखें ये hints जो हैं ऑटोबियोग्राफी की तरफ इशारा करते हैं. James Tyrone, just like the father of O'Neill, is a semi-retired actor, vain, self-obsessed, self-centered, and very miserly. His wife, Mary, feels worthless and retreats into a morphine-induced haze. ये उसकी बीवी बिल्कुल यूजीन ओनेल की माँ की तरह जो है वो ऐसे हालात में अपने आप को जकड़ा हुआ पाती है तो मॉर्फिन की दुनिया में पनाह तलाश करती है. जेमी, their older son, is a bitter alcoholic. James refuses to acknowledge the illness of his consumptive younger son, Edmund. As Mary sinks into hallucinations and madness type of life, father and sons confront each other in searing scenes that reveal their hidden motives and interdependence. Although they are poles apart, but they are still interdependent. Dear students, written with deep pity and understanding and forgiveness for all the four haunted Tyrons, Long Day's Journey into Night may be the greatest American play of the 20th century. Rather, you may say it is a mirror up to the 20th century life in America. After a career of many dramatic experiments, some successes, some failures in his long life, in the last years of his life, Eugene O'Neill found his most truthful and artistic voice in an autobiographical work detailing the torments of his own family. It earned him a fourth Pulitzer Prize, awarded posthumously in 1957. In O'Neill's Tyrone family, James Tyrone resembles his father, James O'Neill, famous actor known for his role as the Count of Monte Cristo, a famous French play. Mary Tyrone is a thinly disguised portrait of the playwright's own mother, Ella Quinlan O'Neill. The two sons, Jamie and Edmund, are pictures of O'Neill's older brother and the playwright himself. That is why we call this play a truthful depiction of the 20th century. If you just look at the contents of the story and the storyline itself, the writer, just like Miller, has depicted another profession. Willie Loman was a famous salesman, supposedly, and proved to be a failure. In the same vein, here we find an actor facing the same kind of failure, the same kind of family disaster. There are parallels in the storyline. However, the presentation is quite different. The poignancy found in this drama is much more deeper than we find in Willie Loman's uh, career. However, we also feel that the writer has got a sense of sympathy, rather remorse, affection for this destroyed, distorted, haunted, and failed family of tyrants. Dear students, although the play under discussion has got a modern theme in view, but it has very splendidly been structured classically by O'Neill. The title of the play is also very appropriate. If we just look at its meaning, this is a journey of life that starts from the day and ends into the night. What is that night? We will discuss it after going through this paragraph. The events of this 4 hour drama, rather, are compressed into one day, with the first act occurring at 8:30 in the morning, the two scenes of the second act before and after lunch, the third act at 6:30 in the evening, the dinner, and the final act at midnight at its best. It tells of the journey shared by the four principal characters through one particular day of their lives. But the past is always present with them. Like, if you remember, Sophocles' Oedipus, Oedipus Tyrannus, it is a play of revelation rather than action. My dear ones, the title of the play is also very uh, significant to be seen. It hints at the dwindling lives of these people. The day leads unto night. The day is light. The night is darkness, gloom. The day stands for light, hopefulness, optimism, surely. But it leads to pessimism, hopelessness, darkness, gloom, murkiness. That is all overwhelming their lives, the darkness of failure. Again, there is a hint that they are always sticking to the past. They have caught up, they are caught up in a cycle, just the cycle of days and nights. This cyclic routine of day and night is very significant in their lives as well. They are going through their lives, the cycle of their lives in the same vein, day in and day out. Nothing new happens. No new moon is seen on the horizon of their lives. No new dawns, no new dawns upon them. In fact, you may say there is no tomorrow for them. It is only the yesterday they are living in. The same type of the darkness envelops the whole of their drama of life. बेटे ये बड़ी सिग्निफिकेंट है टाइटल का। जो है एक तो ये जर्नी ऑफ लाइफ की तरफ इशारा करता है, लॉन्ग डेज जर्नी इनटू नाइट, जैसे कि ये खुद ही इसमें जर्नी को शामिल किया गया है। और दूसरे, इट इज़ ए जर्नी फ्रॉम लाइट टू डार्कनेस, इट इज़ ए जर्नी फ्रॉम होपफुलनेस टू hopelessness, it is a journey from optimism to pessimism, it is a journey from success to failure, it is a journey from life to death, it is a journey from success to destruction. There are many other things to be mentioned here. एक बेटे ये जो लाइफ साइकिल है उसको मुसन्निफ हम तक कन्वे करना चाहता है थ्रू दिस टाइटल of the play. These characters, the four of them, a family, is caught in the vicious circle of day and night. Life is going on for them in a cycle: alcoholism, drug addiction, sickness, all around, enveloping their whole structure of life. And the same cyclic routine goes on. They are caught in rifts, in fights, family feuds, blame games, but are never out of them. That is what the life cycle is there. Their days and nights are the similar, just like the title of the play. That the day goes into night, travels into night, journeys into night, and it will come again. Uh, there will be no tomorrow for them. There will be no new day for them as a family. There is no hope of living a better life, no improvement, no betterment. This is what we call the vicious circle of life, the vicious cycle of life they are caught in. However, they face revelations, but there is no action. Action means improvement. Action means coming face to face with some reality. But there is no reality for them. There is no truth for them. They are rather hiding. They are rather running away from the truths of life. If they had had any moral courage, they could have had very easily uh, improved themselves from failures to successes. This is the point of this drama to be remembered, please. Dear students, apart from being destroyed, shattered, depressed as a family, as a failed family, the Tyrone family is like a single living organism. What affects one affects all of them. If one faces failure, the other too faces failure. If one is an addict, the others are affected by this addiction. If one member of the family is sick, the whole family suffers from it. That is what we call organism, the single organism. The individuals may be in conflict over their own roles in the family, but they are inextricably bound to one another by love and hate. There is the bond of love and hate in between these members. Hostility is never far from the surface. The Tyrons are well aware of each family member's vulnerabilities and are skilled in attacking them. एक दूसरे की कमज़ोरियों से वाकिफ़ हैं और लिहाजा उसी पर जो है वो हमला करते हैं. लाइक म्यूजिकल मोटिव्स, ईच पर्सनस फ्लॉज आर प्लेड अगेन एंड अगेन. तो दूसरे जो हैं वो उन कमज़ोरियों के साथ खेलते हैं. टायरन्स miserliness, Jamie's profligacy, Edmund's illness, and most important, Mary's dependence on morphine. These are the weaknesses of the family on the whole altogether, and all the members are playing on these weaknesses, the faults, the defects, and this is what makes them a single living organism, trying to pinch and prick each other from where it counts a lot. Dear students, it is very interesting to note that the author has ignored the shared values of the family. Just one example, the drinking problem of the three men is ignored. Problem, or rather, you may say, the drinking habit of these three men is ignored by the writer and excused rather, for the most part, because they share it. This is a family sharing. They share it and drink too much alcohol. At the beginning of the play, Mary is supposedly cured after a stay in a sanatorium. The three men hope for a period of normal life, suppressing their fears regarding her continued health. एक बात बेटे ये याद रखने की है कि अगर जो देखें आपस में ये लड़ते झगड़ते बहुत हैं, ब्लेम गेम बहुत है, लेकिन दे केयर अबाउट द health of this lady. Concern over Edmund's illness provides Mary with an excuse to resume her habit, and as though afflicted with a growing cancer, the family organism quickly deteriorates. तो ये जो शेयर्ड वैल्यू है, शेयर्ड वैल्यू को अगरचे देखें, ये शेयर्ड वैल्यू भी कोई अच्छी नहीं है, अल्कोहलिज्म, but the writer ignores and forgives and excuses it. And the members of this family also, they don't take alcoholism as bad. On the other hand, they just find faults with each other for other errors and mistakes. Dear students, now we come to conclude our discussion on this play's storyline and critical discussion. Also, just below the surface is the guilt accompanying the question of responsibility for Mary's addiction. At one time or another, Mary accuses each of the men. Tyrone because he hired a quack doctor who prescribed morphine when she was ill after the birth of Edmund. Jamie because he infected her second baby with measles, and when the baby died, she felt obligated to produce another child. Edmund because his was the difficult birth, her third child, and that required the medication. This is again the sense of guilt, the sense of sin that permeates the storyline of this drama. Dear students, unwilling to accept the burden of blame consciously, the men nonetheless are never free of the guilty roles imposed on them. Mary appears to be a helpless victim here, overwhelmed by the vicissitudes of life and the insensitivity of the men around her. She thinks that they have not treated her as she should have been treated as a human being, as a mother. From another perspective, Mary is a self-involved child of her own, infusing her husband and sons with guilt, demanding sympathy and consideration and care, and avoiding reality and the responsibility for her own sad plight. तो ये अपनी खामियों को अपनी जिम्मेदारी नहीं लेते हैं, बल्कि दूसरे को जिम्मेदार ठहराते हैं, और यही जो है वो इनके यहाँ जो है वो ये सेंस ऑफ गिल्ट इज़ देयर इन ईच एंड एवरी कैरेक्टर, विच इज़ the main trait of their characters. Thank you very much, dear students, for participating in today's discussion. See you soon, inshallah, in our next discussion on this very topic. Till then, it is Allah Hafiz and goodbye. Thank you very much again.